Hey everyone, I'm here with a process video today. I tried something a little different at my last crop, and I brought my video equipment so that I could actually do some recording of the layouts I did there, just because I haven't had a lot of time to scrapbook at home, so I thought I would give this a try. So I don't know if the lighting is a little different or if things look a little different, but you know, it helped me to be able to record several videos that I just need to do the editing and narration for now. So this layout happens to be one that I was doing for the Victoria Marie Facebook group, and I was doing a challenge that weekend to scrap lift yourself. And so I picked one of my favorite layouts, and I should have put an image in here for it, but basically it's a layout of a picture of my mom when she was younger, sitting on the beach, and it just has a little bit different of a layout to it, where things are mostly kind of weighted towards the upper left-hand side. And so I really like that layout, so I was using that as my inspiration, and for the most part the structure of the layout was based on that original layout, but there were some changes. You know, I think I spread out a little bit more. I had a little bit more embellishment and just stuff to kind of fill the page. So I'm using a lot of the Amy Tan, the recent Amy Tan collection. I really like that one. It's got rich colors, especially the blues and the pinks and the yellows. I really love those colors. And so I received some of that in a Scraptastic kit. So I'm using that. It was my most recent Scraptastic kit. I can't remember what it was called, but that's the one I'm using. And so I don't always take and cut out the backside of like the cardstock or whatever I'm laying the paper on top of, but as my mat. But I decided to with this one, just because I knew that I wanted to use some of that navy blue cardstock for a mat, and you know, might as well use it from that piece of paper. So, and notice I'm thinking about covering up my trash can there, because I'm doing a picture. I'm scrapping a picture of my dog Annabelle, who always lays at my right where my chair is in my scrap room when she's trying to get attention from me, or she just wants to be near me. And so it just happened that there was my trash bin was kind of in the way when I took a picture, and it's not as full as it looks. It just has a bag sitting on top of it, and I was like, oh, I wish that wasn't in the picture. And so my plan was to try to I was going to cut it out, and then I decided no, that wouldn't look good for the layout. So then because the picture would look too small compared to the borders or the scraps that I put as the cross on the layout. So I was like, oh, I'll just cover it up with a die cut or something, but I end up forgetting to do that. So, and there's me looking at the scrapbook page that I'm lifting. So you'll notice I refer to my phone a few times. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at that layout. So I'm trying to find some washi that goes good with the colors. I recently got this pack of like gray and silver from Heidi Swap at Michael's, and it was like I don't know, must have had like 5 rolls of washi tape in it. Oh, and I love them all. I'm really liking that some of the scrapbook collections have silver in them now. I love gold, don't get me wrong, but I like them both. So I like that there's a little bit more option coming out. See, there's me trying to cover up that trash bin, but I don't know. I just totally forget about it as I'm putting together the layout. So it's fine though. It's not a big deal. It's real life. So I totally love the colors of this collection, and even those stickers are not something that I normally would use, but I really like them just because you know, they match the collection. I don't know, I'm starting to I was working with kits for so long. I was getting, you know, Studio Calico kit, and I still get the Scraptastic kit. I even got Hip Kit for a while, and I like them all. But I started to reduce the number of kits that I was getting at the beginning of the year. So now I just get the Scraptastic kit, and I'm starting to realize that I really like working with collections. So one of the things that Scraptastic does a lot of is, and I think a lot of kit clubs do this, so I don't think it's necessarily just Scraptastic, but when they put together a kit, a lot of times there is like a real popular collection or new collection that came out, and there'll be a lot of items from that collection. And so, you know, obviously that's part of the reason why the embellishments and pages and stuff go together so well. But Scraptastic also does their own papers, and a lot of times they match really well. In fact, I think that heart paper might even be a Scraptastic piece of paper. But, you know, it goes so well with the collection, and so you feel like you're just working with the collection. Like, I can't even tell right now, you know, what is Amy Tan and what isn't. So, in fact, I should probably look back and just see what those papers are, just because I'm thinking it's all Amy Tan stuff. I know that die cut is Amy Tan, and I know the letters are, but as far as the papers, for all I know, that is just Studio Calico, or sorry, just Scraptastic papers. But so what I'm trying to say is, I've realized that I really like to work with kits, and even more so if I just have a collection. It's so much easier for me to just put things together. I definitely am not somebody that can just sit in my scrap room and, you know, just try to put a layout together with just whatever's in here. I spend way too much time trying to find items that match or that I'm happy with that go together. So it's much easier for me to just put a kit together, or work from a kit, or work from a collection. So I'm back home right now. I'm finishing up this layout. That's why the lighting has changed. I'm doing the journaling, and when I'm going on a crop, I always pre-write my journaling. So I will go with pictures that have the journaling already together. I don't typically put kits together for my pictures. I will just bring kits that I have, but I always have my journaling, because the journaling to me is the most important thing to have on my layout. And it's really hard when you're, you know, around, at least for me, it's hard for me to write down the journaling when I'm around a lot of people, or there's a lot of commotion, or, you know, people talking. I can't write the journaling, so I need to be able to copy it. So that's what you're seeing with that note card. I always write it on a little index card. So I'm adding some Heidi Swap Color Shine here in the black and the gold. And this is where it gets a little bit heavier on this layout versus the layout I was scrap lifting. The other layout that I was scrap lifting didn't have any journaling, which is, you know, pretty unique for me, but I didn't have a lot of journaling for that layout. And then it didn't have as big of embellishments going down onto the right bottom of the layout. So, but I really like the way this layout turned out. I love the colors. I love the story behind it. So I'm trying to find some black enamel dots, which I grabbed. And I did end up bringing the design up a little bit more towards the left-hand top of the page, just because I felt like it needed it, because it did get a little heavier towards the bottom. Alright, I think the layout is pretty much done. There's going to be some close-ups here, and there's the splatters. And there are a couple still shots at the end. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your comments and your thumbs up. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time.